In my last video I used some old footage to unbox and review my Black Bay GMT. I also mentioned it had been sent away to have the Datewheel repaired. Well, it's back now after 5 weeks, so let's have a look. I'm Andy, welcome to the English Watch. Now if you like these videos, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. You can also follow me on Instagram at the English Watch. And if you want to send me a message, you can DM me through Instagram or you can send me an email. I'll leave a link in the description. 5 weeks doesn't seem that long, and I'd like to thank Watches of Switzerland for Birmingham for the quick, courteous way that they handled this issue. If your car was out of action for 5 weeks, maybe that'd be a different story. But for us watch collectors, it may have just been in the safe for 5 weeks out of rotation. So what's happened over the last 5 weeks, I hear you say? Well, I shot the previous video, which seems like an age ago now. I've had a serious dose of man flu that knocked me out for a number of weeks. And I've had some work done on my teeth, so I can now smile in confidence and give a better presentation to you guys. But also it's given me a chance to spend some time with my other watches. Today I'm wearing my Omega Planet Ocean 8900. It's the blue dial, 43.5mm in steel. I've had this one for 3 years and I've been enjoying it on the bracelet this week. Now if you follow me, you know I generally wear this one on the Omega blue rubber strap, but I'm really enjoying this combo at the moment. Now I don't have massive wrists, but they are flat and I don't have any problem with fit or comfort wearing this watch. It's still big after all. Now this package arrived literally an hour ago, so I'm intrigued to see how it's been packaged and if there's any surprises, good ones obviously. Now as we're under lockdown conditions in the UK, I was unable to go into the store and didn't want the hassle of driving into the city just to have the watch pass through the door. Watches of Switzerland offered the option of DHL, which I accepted, and it arrived the next day. Not a bad service. Now once we're in, I want to show you a few things I dislike about the bracelet that I was unable to do in the review. I also want to try a hack to the bracelet I recently saw, so stay tuned to see how that works out. Anyway, let's go to the bench and let's get into the box. Right, we're at the bench. So just here, for information, I'm not sponsored by Revolution, but this month's magazine is really good. There's some great stuff in there. And if you're into your Rolexes, there's some great information about new Submariner, always Perpetuals, but there's also some amazing things around Audemars Piguet, so go check that out. Right, so got my trusty Swiss Army knife. And what we're going to do is very carefully open the box. Sadly not as sharp as it used to be. Where do we go next? Looks like it's a split down the middle. To get myself one of those big American knives that you tend to see. This one's a bit weedy and maybe a bit English, a bit apologetic, but anyway, it still works. Right, so what have we got? Bubble wrap, it's always a good sign. I like bubble wrap. Keep that. Okay, so we've got receipt. Good. Ooh, look at this. A plastic, I don't know if you can see that, Rolex after sales box. Right, let's get rid of the box. Looky, looky. Now, I've not seen one of these before. So I know I was looking for some surprises, but maybe we've got one. Right, let's get rid of the sellotape there. And now the big reveal. No, I'm not going to do it. Okay. Let's see. Very well wrapped. More bubble wrap. Alright, I'm glad that they've returned my warranty card. And I've got one of the famous Tudor pouches. Lucky, lucky. So that's a nice little travel pouch, so definitely worth sending off. Right, let's now reveal. Ta-da! There it is. And it's got a nice little, we'll call it a protector there to stop the bracelet scratching the back of the watch. So let's have a look round. Everything appears to be in order, and I'd have to say can tell I've gone quiet because I'm intrigued that they've polished the side. Let me just get my little polishing cloth. I had a few scratches down the side. Let's just see. Yeah, I would say they've actually given it a little nip and a tuck, which I'm quite happy about. So let's just see how the movement feels, because the movement on this one, when you wound it, was nice and loose. One of the joys of interacting with this watch was the movement. Feels similar, maybe a little more resistance. Let's just pop that out. That does feel a little more precise. Now you can see the date flicking backwards and forwards there, hopefully. Let's move the seconds hand out of the way. Very crisp. Let me try and zoom in. That's better. That's like a rifle bolt. Very nice. Obviously, as you know, with the GMT, this is the, I'd call it the local time, so what is it? Let's say we're 12:04 or something. So we would set this 12 midday, let's say 12:04. Now because I'm not away, so we want to set the hour hand the same. And it's not changing over the date, so you know that's the right one. Okay, so that's about right. Push the crown back in. Let's have another quick look around the case. Spotless. You can tell it's been serviced because the bracelet is absolutely beautiful. Yeah, well impressed. Yeah, thanks. I want to say thanks Tudor, but thanks Rolex Servicing, wherever it was. Right, now I was just going to show you quickly one of the things I dislike about that bracelet. So let's take the Planet Ocean off. And now what I will show you quickly is, when adjusted for my wrist, you can see how the bracelet is pretty parallel to the watch head. Now it does have this one stiff link at this end, which you can't do anything about. If I open this up, you can see that this time of day I've let that come out a little bit. Now normally I'd start the day with it pushed in, and there's a bit less sticking out there. So if we put that back on again, and you have a look, you can see that it fits really nicely, especially around here where that stiff link is. Now if I put the old Tudor on, oh, it's like having a new watch. Amazing. If you have a look, it's difficult to see with this camera, but the link here, or the edge of the clasp, just sticks a little bit too far out in my view. It's a bit loose at the moment, so if I adjust the micro adjuster in one to simulate what it'd be like in the morning. Now what I use is this little piece of wood here. So push in there. If you can use a spring bar tool, but there's always a chance of nicking the metal. There we go. Let's put that back on. That's better. So it fits a bit nicer now. Now you're probably thinking I'm absolutely crazy, but for me this bracelet seems a little bit too far this way for me. It needs to be rotated that way. But there are no more links to take out. It's just that one. Now what I think you can do is you can take this one out by removing this clasp. So what we're going to do is just give that a go. So I'll come back with some tools and we'll give it a go. Okay, so what my aim is is try and get rid of this piece here. So you can see how the clasp there sort of digs into this link, and it can make it feel a little bit uncomfortable. So what I need to do is make the clasp move this way, so clockwise around the bracelet. Now the only way I can do that is if I remove this link here and put it on this side. Now, but I can't take this link out because it's attached to the clasp. Now what I've seen is that you can remove this one by removing this safety latch. So what I'm going to do is give it a go. So using my wooden stick, just going to poke this one through. Hopefully, there we go. So it comes up. That's just on like a standard spring bar. Let's do the same the other side. It comes away very easily. Then I should be able to poke through what is a regular spring bar. There it is. Right, so that's step one. So step two is to remove this link here and add it in there. Now, I think that first link, yeah, it's got a bit of a scuff on it from inside the clasp, so I'm going to add it between these two links here. Now, as you know, if you followed some of my other tutorials, I need a little bit of tape. Just put it over the links. That way, if the screwdriver jumps, I'm not going to damage anything. I'm also going to use this Bergeron 1.6mm screwdriver. Hopefully the Loctite isn't too tight. So let's see. So out with pin pops. There it is. Just a single pin on these. Take the tape off, and away comes the link. So what we're going to do is we're going to repeat the exercise, and we're going to split these two here and add the extra link. Yeah, if these are a bit tight, it's up to you. You can either go to your watchmaker or authorised dealer, or you can add a bit of heat to the opposite side, because there might be some quite welded in Loctite. These ones weren't too bad. So what we're going to do now is, I'm not going to I've got some Loctite which I will add later, but just to make sure that we've got the right fit, we're going to just pass on that, just assemble the items first. So I'm going to put that one in there like that. So let's get this screw first and make sure we put it in the right way around. And then we'll do the same with this one. So what we've done now is we've extended this side by adding the extra link. Now this might all be complete folly, you never know, but I'm intrigued, as I'm sure you are, to see if it works or not. So that's that in. So this side now, the 12 o'clock is longer, so I'm hoping that sort of rotated the clasp round a bit. So theoretically what we should be able to do now is just join these two bits back together again using the spring bar. So we'll put those two pieces together. It just slides in there. And there's no screws now, it's just the spring bar that just wiggles through there like this. And then getting the safety latch, we're going to just push that over one side, and then I'm just going to use my thumbnail, hopefully. Fiddly little thing, just to push that underneath. There. So that is now secure. So hopefully, it's probably going to look really wonky now, isn't it? Now what you can, let's look at it the same way around. Now what you can see is this side is longer, so this piece is not pushing into this side anymore, but what I will say is the clasp isn't exactly flat. So let's just try it on the wrist. And we do see these things on the internet and we're not entirely sure whether they're the right thing to do or not, but it still fits, that's the main thing. If I turn it over, you can see that actually the clasp is more central to my wrist. And it's hard to see down the end, but this piece here isn't sticking out because the clasp finishes just here now. So I think what we'll do is just persevere with that, just for a few days or a few weeks or forever, who knows. But what I will say is that the clasp is now rotated round and in the middle of my wrist. So hope you enjoyed that little video. See the tools, you can find these tools on my website, theenglishwatch.com. It's nice to get this wonderful Tudor pouch and the I'm going to call it a super coffin, the Rolex super coffin. I won't be getting rid of that, that's for sure. And then what I'll do is I'm going to apply some of this Loctite 222, which is a low strength Loctite, to the screws that I've loosened. Obviously if I don't do that, they'll work themselves out and the watch will get lost and fall on the floor. Probably not on a carpet either, it'll fall on something hard. Then I'll have to go back again. Anyway, I'm Andy, this has been The English Watch. This has been my Tudor GMT unboxing and little bracelet tutorial. Hope you've enjoyed it. Take care and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.